Yo, this Revengeboyz here, bringing you another Wi-Fi battle. It's against my good friend Major Maru, and this will be another showdown UU match. I decided since I made this new team that I should try it out against a fearsome opponent, and as you can see, looking at his team, and it's pretty much standard stuff that I've seen, but I know that Azelf is going to be a problem. As it is a special attacker, and my Blastoise isn't immune to the psychic, only Registeel is, which is going to be a big problem. Also, I'm afraid of that Crocodile, as it can revenge kill my Chandelure, and if it does have Pursuit, which I'm assuming. Also, Porygon 2, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Not really a problem, as I do have Heracross to scare it out, but it will be a problem against stuff like Honchkrow, as it can survive its Brave Bird with quite a lot of HP and just Ice Beam it out. Also, his Arcanine, I don't think that's an offensive one by the looks of his team. I think that's a defensive one, and it's going to have Morning Sun, Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp, and whatever, I have no idea. His Claydol, obviously that's going to be his Rocker/Spinner. And as you can see on my team, I'm using my new stuff. My Registeel, that's trained in both defense and special defense to take hits. That's my Stealth Rocker, my T-Waver and Toxica with Seismic Toss. And I've got my Honchkrow, that's the Sucker Sweeper. That's Adamant with Sub, Roost, Sucker Punch, Brave Bird, with the shenanigans. My Gligar is the Wall, trained there a bit in special defense, so the HP is a max, but the defense is max. My Heracross, but in this case my Heracross isn't a banded or scarfed one. I'm getting fed up of those sets. I'm trying to be more original, and it's going to be a jolly subset to catch people off. My Chandelure, pretty standard, modest Scarfer with Trick, as they can now get that thanks to Black and White 2. And also my Blastoise, which is calm natured, so he's got a lot of special defense and defense investments, and also HP, just to make it a bit bulky. So I hope you guys enjoyed this interesting intro, and we are going to get straight into this match right now. So as you can see, I start with Heracross, he starts with Azelf. I'm predicting a psychic move, so I switch to Honchkrow, and bam, he hits me with a Fire Blast. And that is going to be a bad blow to this, as you guys will see later on in the match. So I toxic him, and he toxic me with his Porygon 2, and my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle does that. So I switch out to Gligar, he goes for the Tri-Attack, and he gets the Burn, which is gonna be another problem. He goes for the Ice Beam, and I see it coming, so I go to Pokeproof. I go for the Stealth Rocks now, I think, yep. And since I see a Heracross, I'm just gonna probably throw in Gligar as a shield, and that's what I do. He goes into Crocodile, predicting me to go into Chandelure, I presume, but I do not do that, as I'm very scared of that Crocodile. I go for the Taunt, as I see Stealth Rocks coming from his Claydol, as my Purple Knight carries that, so I'm using it to his advantage. I'm going to Mega Horn this. I'm going to sub here so I can catch him off. I know he's going to Rapid Spin. And then I am going to go for the Mega Horn now, but he switches out into Arcanine. And looking back, that damage, I know straight away is a defensive one. There's no way he could have taken that well. I go for a Stone Edge and miss, of course. I go for a Shadow Ball with my Chandelure, and it does jack. It doesn't even do half, and he just goes for the Morning Sun anyway. I make a double switch here. I don't know what he was thinking, but I don't know. I go for the Skull just to get damage on the Crocodile, but he switches out into P2 to take it. And I thought he was going to go for a Discharge or Thunderbolt there, so I switched to Registeel, and that doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, he goes for a Psychic, probably predicting me to switch out, and I go for the T-Wave to slow that Azelf down. He goes back out into Claydol, just Seismic Toss just to get damage on anything, as I see no ghosts on his team. I toxic the Claydol, and he goes for the Stealth Rock, which is going to be a problem if I don't get rid of it for my Chandelure. So at the moment, things are looking bad for me as he is dealing slow damage to me. But later on, the match does get a bit interesting, as you, my viewers, will see. And I just go for the scold here as he switches into P2. And that P2, I'm predicting it to do some kind of electric move, but he doesn't do that. He goes and makes a nice double switch here to get the type advantage. But I go out to Purple Knight to predict the earthquake, and that will be about it. So that Crocodile's on lockdown at the moment. I taunt his Claydol that came in. I roost, but he makes a good play and goes for the earth power just to cancel out near max HP. He goes for it again, somehow predicting it, and then he gets a special defense shot, which is going to be another problem. So I have to switch out, go into Heracross here. He goes into Azelf. I have no problem, as I know that a Mega Horn will knock that thing out, but he's obviously going to switch out to his Arcanine, which will take the hit wonderfully. And I go out into Watch It Mate, but Heracross comes back in again, which is not so good on my side. I switch out to Gligar, my shield, and he goes for the Flare Blitz, which doesn't do jack as it's not really an attacking one. So he goes back into his elf, and I can't hit it as I only have EQ as an attacking move. He goes for the trick here, and I'm just like, choice specs on Registeel, that helps me a lot. So anyway, he was going to make a move, but he gets parried. I go for Stealth Rock again twice, so that just to scout out what he's trying to do, what he's trying to plan. Goes for the Psychic, and that will just knock me out. I Blastoise, I switch into Chandelure, but I predict him to go into P2, so I trick it as well. Payback for what he did to me, Major Maru. And yeah, I switch out again. He goes for the Recover. Have to just keep Seismic Tossing really with Registeel, as it's the only way now to get decent damage on anything. He goes for the Superpower. Don't know why he did that. Earthquake would have been in a way better, but I guess he wants damage on my Purple Knight. So I switch out to Chandelure, and he switches that Azelf, as obviously a match up against Chandelure whilst Azelf is paralyzed is terrible. So he goes into P2, and I predict the Toxic, so I switch to Heracross, as my Heracross has Guts. I don't really like the Moxie ones, because if you get Will-O-Wisp, you're pretty much screwed. So I go for the CC, and look at the damage, 44% after a drop, but yet the Guts boost still manages to cancel that Intimidate. And the damage is just unbelievable, and this is only Jolly. Imagine if that was Adamant, and it just 2 KOs that Arcanine. So impressive. And he goes for the Crunch whilst I switch out into my Purple Knight. Goes for a Crunch again as he's choiced, and that won't be doing any damage soon to my Pokecruise. So he goes for the Mega Horn, predicting me to go out into something, probably Chandelure, and then eventually he goes for the Close Combat as his Berry activates. So I'm like, oh shit, this match is over. But how wrong am I, as I don't think he carries Stone Edge. And I just go for the Shadow Ball with my Chandelure, and that knocks it out. I'm going to switch out here, but he goes for the Pursuit. And he gets a Moxie boost, unfortunately. So he switches out here, and I go for Mega Horn and no CC. I don't want a defense drop because that Crocodile is still alive. Can I come back in this match? You guys will find out. I go for the CC because I'm scared the Mega Horn will miss, and I can't afford to waste time as I'm Toxic. So he has Claydol and Crocodile left. The Claydol's here. With it, the Mega Horn hits, it hits, and it knocks the Claydol out. And now it's the last thing, the thing that will determine the match. Will it kill me? I live on 2%, and I go for the CC, and that will be a great game to me. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and that's revenge to Major Maru for what he did to me in RU. Hopefully I'll be playing NU soon, but I'm still mad at as they remove Jinx from it, and that will be it, guys. I'm out.